Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is 6 PM on a Monday, which means we have the Max Monday event, 6 PM till 7 PM, similar to a raid hour. We've done it in the last few weeks. We have an hour of the featured Dynamax Pokemon appearing on all power stops. Today is the release and the brand new release of Krabby. So we do have this Dynamax Krabby right here, and we'll jump straight into that. We do have a lot of particles still left over from the Gigantamax Lapras weekend, so hopefully we'll be able to do a couple of these and be able to get a decent one. Now, it is available shiny. The shiny odds are not yet fully known, but if it goes off past Dynamaxes, you could probably expect it to be around the 1 in 128 mark, but hopefully we can drop one of those today. But I'll ready up here while we're talking. The Krabby is the brand new release of the Dynamax, like we just mentioned, and it does have a Gigantamax form, so if you do miss out on getting a decent Dynamax Krabby, it will obviously be in power spots after this event as well, but you can always wait for that Gigantamax Kingler event, which will happen sometime in the future. Although, if you do struggle to get enough people in your community to be able to do those Gigantamaxes, then the Dynamax is a good option. And of course, it is cheaper as well to get. So 250 max particles for this, and of course 800 for the Gigantamax. But Venusaur being used against this, we will just Dynamax here. And then we'll take this down in one hit. So Krabby, this is the first Krabby that I've actually done. It's only been released this morning. So this is the first one, so potentially a good one on the first one. Let's have a quick look and see what we get. We will be driving around to these like we have done in the past on Max Mondays, trying to get to as many as possible. So I will be stopping the stream in between us getting and arriving to the next one. So let's just see what this one is. No shiny 874, so I'm unsure if that is a good one or not. We need to catch it first and appraise it to see on what sort of side are the IVs of that. So let's have a quick look and see what 874 is. Caught first ball, so Krabby is caught, and we have not too a bad one really. 3-star, we have 14, 11, 15, so not terrible, but let's hope and see if we can get any better than that 874 in the next one. So we're at number 2 of the Krabby Dynamaxes, and of course, like we mentioned before, this is a new release. It will probably go up there as one of the best water types. Kingler as a normal water type is pretty decent in the game actually, so Dynamax Kingler will probably be up there alongside the Blastoise. But of course, we do have that Gigantamax Blastoise. But I fully expect when Gigantamax Kingler to come out, it will be right up there as a Water-type attacker in the Gigantamax format. But of course, we did also have Machop released last week. That was a new Dynamax release. Unfortunately, that didn't come out until Tuesday, so that didn't have a Max Monday. But it was one of the preferred counters and one of the better counters to the Lapras that we had at the weekend on Sunday, Gigantamax Lapras. But unfortunately, with us only being able to do the ones leading up to there, and of course, Machop as well cost 400 max particles, which was a little bit ridiculous in terms of pricing, being that it was a 2-star and a 3-star also costs 400 max particles in the likes of Beldum and Phalanx. It was a little bit annoying that it was also the same amount of cost. 874 again, so that's the same CP as what we had last time. No shiny. But of course, this one only costs 250, so we can hopefully crack on and do quite a few of these. We did have around about 1,500 max particles left from yesterday, and we haven't claimed any today. So hopefully we can do quite a few of these if we can get to them in time. Exactly the same stats as the first one, so 14, 11, 15. Let's head over to number 3 and see if we can improve on those first 2 874 CPs. So this place looks like to be an ideal scenario. We can do 2 here in the space, one after another, without having to move. So we'll jump straight into the first one, and we'll see if we can improve any more on that 874 CP, or in fact, if we can even get a shiny one. That would be really, really cool to get this one shiny on the first day it gets released. So definitely let me know in the comments below what's your best CP Dynamax Krabby. If you've participated in Max Monday yourself, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, as always, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're well over 1,000 now, which is amazing. That was the target of the year, and we're still only the first week or so in December, so we're on to around about 1,070 subscribers now. So please hit that subscribe mark. Let's get up and see if we can reach 1,100 subscribers before the end of the year. That'll be really, really cool indeed. So Gengar defeating Dynamax Krabby pretty easily there. These are super, super easy to take down, these level 1 Dynamaxes. You can even do them with no power-ups and a level 1 Dynamax that you've caught from a previous battle. You could do it quite easily with a single Bulbasaur, for example. No shiny and 870, so slightly less CP than the other ones that we managed to get. So we've had 874, 874 and 870. So let's see what the fourth one is. This one caught first ball. We'll quickly appraise it, and then we'll jump straight into the one that we can reach next to it. So quick appraisal, again 14, 11 and 14 this time instead of 15. So that's where the additional 4 CP has gone. We'll jump into this one. Now we are starting to collect particles. We still have got the walking distance ones from yesterday, which means we get 600 from walking. That was one of the event bonuses during the Gigantamax Lapras. If you walked 0.5 kilometers, which was a quarter of the walking distance that you normally have to walk, instead of getting 300 max particles, you got 600. So we'll try and claim those at the ideal moment and get the most amount of battles out of today that we can. So Venusaur this time taking on the Dynamax Krabby. Doesn't seem to attack that often, the Dynamax Krabby. We're not losing much health at all from our Pokemon. So there is a Venusaur, max overgrowth, and it gets taken down in one hit. So let's see how good this fourth Krabby of the night is. And we're only 12 minutes in, so hopefully we can get around to a few more if we can find them on the nearby. So 5,000 XP, no shiny, 850, so a lot worse than the first 3 that we've managed to have. So 850, not expecting good things of this one, probably even a 2-star. So we'll quickly appraise it again, and then we'll move on to the next one and see if we can find some in close proximity again so that we can do some back-to-back. So 850, yeah, it is a 2-star, 10, 15, 10. So not very good that time. Let's see if we can improve on those 874 ones that we've had already. So we're just about going to the next Krabby. Let's see if this one is any better, if this one's the best one of the night. Again, Venusaur taking on this Krabby. So the Dynamax overall has been quite a decent experience really since it's came out, especially the Max Mondays events. I've really, really enjoyed them. Definitely let me know in the comments what you thought of these Max Monday events, but it does make a lot easier to be able to get those Pokemon. If some Mondays you don't want that Dynamax Pokemon, you've maybe got a good Gigantamax version of that Pokemon that's featured, then you don't have to do it. Of course, it is your choice, but it does make a really, really good way of being able to get guaranteed Dynamax Pokemon if it does end up being something that you really want, i.e. Machop or Krabby, for instance, or Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, which will all have Dynamax coming up, and I've had previously in the past. We've all had Max Mondays for them already, but we will have them again in the next couple of weeks as well. So it does make a really, really good time to be able to get those that you are missing if you are missing on any decent ones. 863, so not the best, not the worst either. So somewhere in the middle of what we've had tonight. So not too bad a CP, but not the best one. This will probably go to the trade pile. So we will always try and light for light trade these to try and have another chance of getting a better one. It's always worth keeping these. These are trash tradable, so you can trade these without it being a special trade. The Gigantamaxes, on the other hand, do require a special trade. So if you're lining one of those up, make sure you try and do it as a lucky or something like that. Now, 12, 15, 11 on that one, so not brilliant. Let's head over to the next one and see if we can get any better. So we're just going into the next Krabby now, and probably the only downside to these Dynamax stops, and these max stops, should I say, is that some of them are a little bit inaccessible. Some of them are in residential areas, in people's gardens as such, or in their on their houses, which are probably set back off a road. It's quite hard to be able to get to a lot of them, and obviously I won't be trespassing on anybody's land, so I'm definitely missing a few in driving around and trying to get these. We're only going to get the ones that are accessible from the roadside or from a car park or anywhere we can properly park. So we are having to miss out a few of these, and that is a bit of a downside with these power spots. Of course, they are generated by the Google Maps, and of course any businesses that are registered on there, it will be generated from that, which does make it sometimes be in difficult places or inaccessible places. So 865 on this Krabby, not a very good one, but it is slightly better than what we had before, but still not the worst that we've had today. 850 being the worst, 874, which was the first two back to back, being the best ones, and this one is a 12-12-14. So let's head over to the next one. Hopefully we can do around about 4 more probably. We'll have a quick look in a minute, but we'll head over to the next one and see if we can find one that is accessible, and also if we can get a better Krabby. So just jumped into the next Krabby, and I did just check before as well. We jumped in and we went back on the video that we could probably do quite a few more of these. It's probably going to be the time constraint, and being able to get to them is going to be the struggle. Now, of course, if you live in more built up areas, if you live in towns or cities, then you're probably going to find it a bit easier to be able to walk around to these or drive around to these. Me, living in the rural countryside, they are quite few and far between, these ones. Like I say, they are generated mainly from businesses and stuff like that on Google Maps. And of course, there's not that many businesses out in the countryside. But they are also generated from failed Pokestops. So them are Pokestops that have been probably accepted in the game. So ones that you've submitted or other people in your community have submitted, but fall into the same cell as a currently live Pokestop. So no two Pokestops can be in the same cell. There is sort of a grid reference to that. But if you do submit one and it does get accepted into the same cell, a lot of those ones now are becoming power spots. So some of the ones that you see around you won't necessarily be businesses, but some will be very close to previous stops, and that's because they've been accepted as a stop, but unfortunately can't make it into the game because they're too close to other things. Now, 838 CP, this one must be the floor. This one must be 10-10-10, because this is very low. The lowest we've had so far is 850. This one beats it by quite some distance. 838, let's see what the IV is on this one. And it is 10-11-10, so it does get worse than that. 838, really bad. That one's definitely going on the trade paddle, on the trade side of things. Let me jump to the next one. There is one up there which is currently a Bulbasaur, but hopefully is going to respawn into something else, and hopefully we can reach out on the side of the road there. But hopefully we can find somewhere a bit safe to park and be able to reach that one if it does change into a Krabby. So let's head over to that one and see what we can see. So after a quick restart on the game, we did manage to encounter that Krabby on that one that we saw before, and we're just jumping into it now. We managed to find a bit of a lay-by that we can pull up and do it safely, so that is always the best way. Definitely not be playing while you're driving. But we'll quickly finish this one on the Venusaur, and then we'll see if we can head to any more. We are a little bit more spaced out now, so it will be a bit of a drive to the next one probably, but we'll see if we can get to them in time. Get this Venusaur, just defeat this Krabby with a max overgrowth. And then let's see if this one is any better. It's got to be better than the last one we had, a 10-11-10. Surely it's got to be better than that. Let's have a quick catch and see. Let's see what the CP is first on the encounter. Is it shiny? No. And it is 860. So we've had an 860 before. We know that's not the best that we've had today. 874 still remains the best. The first and second one that we managed to do. 14, 11, 15, I believe, if I remember right, on the IVs on those 874s. This 860, let's have a quick look, and it is 14, 10, 12. So not brilliant. Let's head over to the next one and see if we can squeeze a few more in before 7 o'clock comes around. So just headed into this one that we've managed to get, and hopefully, by the looks of the particles, we can do this one and then claim our 600 walking ones, with us having roughly around about 80 max particles that we can claim left of today. Little bit of a tip for you, if you try and get your max particles, your ones that you can claim throughout the day, as low as possible and then claim your walking ones, you will get the full walking ones. And of course, with us having 600 walking ones from yesterday because of that event increase during the Gigantamax Lapras day, we should be able to do another 2 more Krabbies after this one. So we should get another 600 max particles after we've claimed them, and then we'll be able to do another 2. So let's first of all see how good this one was, and then we'll claim those walking particle ones. So 863, not terrible, not the best that we've had today, but definitely not the worst. So let's see just how good it is on the appraisal, and then we will go ahead and see how many more particles we can claim of today, and then claim those walking ones. So 863, 11, 14, 13, so not brilliant, but let's just have a quick look here on the power spots. You can see we can claim 80 more particles, but if we go ahead and click that, we can got 630 now, meaning we can do another 2 Krabbies. So let's go ahead and try and get to those before the 7 o'clock deadline. So I've just entered another little village nearby, and there is 2 around here, so this is ideal. A brilliant way to finish off the Max Monday. Now, of course, like I said before, we have managed to do so many today. We'll have a quick review at the end once we've done that last one after this one, and we'll see how many we've managed to do, and of course, which one is our best one of the day. But that is only down to the fact that, of course, we had all those max particles still from yesterday. We had over 1,500 max particles because of that max particle increase from the Gigantamax Lapras, meaning that we could carry a lot of those over, being that we didn't manage to do too many Gigantamax Lapras. So we did have quite a few to carry over until today. So being able to do this many Krabbies for free is not going to be a weekly occurrence on a Max Monday, but still, it is a very, very decent amount for the amount that we've managed to do, and like I say, without putting any particle packs on. So normally we can do about 4 or 5, depending on if we've still got some from the day before, but today we've managed to do quite a lot more really, so we'll have to have a quick look to see exactly how much more. 877, so that is the best one that we've managed to get today. 874 was a previous best, so only 3 CP higher, but hopefully that's an increase in the attack stat. We can definitely live with a 15, 11, 15, but let's see which stat has gone up compared to that 14, 11, 15 that we had before as an 874 CP. So second ball, that time to catch. Let's quickly appraise it and see how good it is. Actually, it's really, really decent. 14, 13, 14, so really, really decent. 91 IV, definitely the best one so far the night. Let's see if the final one of the night of the Max Monday event can beat it. Let's head over to there and see if it can. So the final one of the night we're just about to head into, we will be using Gengar as our recommended battle team. So this one should be pretty easy to take down. Like I say before, you can take this one's down really, really easy with him only being level 1. But driving around this village that we're in now, there is a lot of things apologies. There's a lot of things that could probably be Pokestops really, so I will have to come around here and do a few submissions and try and get some more Pokestops for the people living nearby. The rural community obviously really do struggle on a daily basis to be able to get gifts and to be able to get items from those stops, with us having a severe lack of stops in some rural areas. So trying to add a few to probably help the lower players who can't yet submit is always something that I try and do. Now, the final Krabby of the night, is it shiny? Is it better than the 877? So no shiny, 879. So that is an increase of 2. So we probably save the best 2 till last. So we started off with 874 and 874. We've now ended up with 877 and 879. So let's see how good this one is. Second ball is second ball, the charm again. Here we go. There we go, second ball. So 879 CP. Let's have a quick look and see how good this one is. 879. And it is a 13, 14, 15. So we're missing 3, 93, probably the best one of the night. Let me know in the comments below which one you'd prefer to have. Would you prefer to have this 93 with 13 attack, or the 91 before that we had with 14 attack? Let me know in the comments below. But first of all, we'll go a quick review. We have run out of particles now. We are on 130 particles, and of course we can't collect any more today. But let's have a quick review and see how many we've managed to do throughout the event. Look at all those Krabbies. We managed to do 10, in fact, throughout the event. Sorry, 11 even. 11 Krabbies throughout the event. We'll quickly go through the IVs on these. These first two were weirdly the same IV, so that was really, really cool. 870, then we managed to get 850, 863, 865, 838, which was absolutely terrible, but it can get worse than that, believe it or not. 860, 863 again. Then we had that 877, second to last, the 14, 13, 14, and we had the 879, which was a 93, so a 91 and a 93, but one has slightly better attack. So let me know in the comments below which one you'd prefer out of those two. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these Max Monday events. What would you like to see on Max Monday as well in the upcoming future? Is there any specific Pokemon that's already been released that you'd like to see a Max Monday event on? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.